The single technology that I'm most excited about has been the development allowing interaction with the consumer. So a couple of years ago it was NFC that we were talking about. This year it's iBeacon that I'm hearing a lot about. But I think generally any technology that allows a digital signage system to interact with the end user and help close the loop of information is what I'm most excited about and where I see the most promise for the future of the industry. I think mobile technology, whatever ends up being, whether it's Google Glass or watches or anything else, anything that me as a consumer would look to for information, if you could see me as a digital signage network and maybe tailor your message to me or get some feedback from me, I'm very excited by the opportunity that presents for the industry. I've been involved with the industry for a long time, everything from digital signage on public transportation, special events, to government digital signage. I think the single hottest tip that I would give anybody is to take the time to educate yourself. I see so many signage systems get launched with whatever the consultant of the day was pitching, and they painted themselves into a corner with the technology or the software. So I think if future network operators take the time to educate themselves so they understand the right questions to ask or the right way to frame their RFP, they're going to be a lot happier with a scalable end result that they can grow with. In regards to content, I'm a big fan of UGC or user-generated content. One of the biggest reasons for that and why I think that creates a lot more attention for a network is because you know when you're seeing, let's use television as an example, you can see the difference between a national television commercial and a locally produced one. There's a lot of times that locally produced segment will catch your attention because you identify with the language, the visual clues, the things that are local that you recognize. So I've seen a lot of success with digital signage networks with content that users create, and then they get to talk about it and integrate it on the back ends with social media, which creates more interest again for the digital signage. It gives your brand lots of exposure, but more importantly, it gets you as a signage operator or network involved with your community. So we've reached out, for example, to local art schools, regional occupation programs, and our own consumers. We've had contests from amongst the group that we're trying to reach, and that's gotten them tuned into that the signage is there and that it's alive and they're interacting with it. The single biggest challenge facing the industry now and for the foreseeable future is the successful integration of the back end, the analytics, the reporting, the big data that's been made available, and a lot of people have been beating the drum on what they can report on, but I don't think we're seeing the translation to network operators assimilating that data in real time and being able to enhance the value of their offerings based on the information that big data is providing. So I think that whether it's a consultant or a developer, I think somebody or a group of people need to come in and show the industry how to take better action on the data that they're capturing. Because we know we're able to capture at the router level very specific information, the MAC addresses, we're able to bang that against other databases and follow someone through a mall, for example, or across a university campus. But understanding the pattern of their travel or why they may have made some of the moves they did or responded to specific ads, we're not doing anything that's allowing us in real time while they're there to say, oh, they've stopped and looked at 3 different drink stations, drink salespeople. Maybe we need to show them an ad for the Orange Julius on the corner here, or whatever it's going to be. That kind of real-time integration will make a difference in intelligent digital signage systems. And I think the great example of that is always the Tom Cruise movie In the Future, where he walks into a store and it recognizes him and it gives him his offers. We've had a few companies that have done well with that technology. Recognize you when you allow yourself to be geolocated. Here's my regular order. Welcome, Dan. Would you like the same thing? Yes or no, maybe I want to make a few changes. But I think we need to take it to the next step. I'm personally very excited in the industry. I come from a traditional media background, print and television. And I think what I've been seeing for many years, and I like that I'm seeing here in this space, is the convergence of media and the blurring of lines between what is content, what is advertising, what is information, and how are we interacting with that. Where we're seeing systems that are closing the loop in interaction through social media or through live postings of feeds like we do here at the Digital Signage Expo. I think those are fantastic, and I think the promise of that is just really on the surface. We're just starting to scratch it. I think there's a lot more that's going to come out of that. So I'm excited to see the industry move in that direction and away from paper and catalogs and mailers and all those types of things that get looked at once or passed on maybe, but they're not a part of your life like interaction on social media is.